Average. Oh boy. What is average, by the way? Also in the book, when you get to the higher level math, they call this the mean. I don't know why. Average is what? Alex, it's hard to explain average, yes?
Yeah. Say if you had 24 and 26, the average would be 25 because it's in the middle.
Okay, but average does not mean middle. It does when middle does it does when you're talking about two numbers, but if you had a whole group of numbers and you just took the middle number, that's actually its median. Now the median and the average are a lot of times very close, but that doesn't necessarily mean average. Middle is not always average. Sam?
Do you add four numbers together and then divide them by 4?
Well, that's how we find average. I was actually looking for what average is. Nate?
It's kind of like trying to find what all the numbers like have, what all of them add, like what they all come to.
Sure. Holly, and I don't know, we might be beating our head against the wall here because there's no easy way to define this.
A set of numbers is essentially a number that is found by dividing the sum of the elements of the set of elements.
Yes, Holly hit it right on the nose by reading the book. I'm gonna go with the word typical, which I don't even know for sure is really necessarily right, but it's kind of all a blend of what everybody said out there. Okay, and probably the only way really to describe it is how to find it. Okay, and how you find average is you add all numbers. What's wrong with this thing? Add all numbers. And then divide by how many you added. Wonder. And an example of that would be this. If you take 17, 19, wow, that seems to be getting better, 30, 13, and 21, and I asked you what the average of those numbers were, you should be able to give me a quick guess. What do you suppose the average of those five numbers is? 17, 19, 30, 13, and 21. By the way, a good guess is always going to fall somewhere between the small one and the big one. The average can't be 40. There's no way, because it's got to fall in between those. Kendall says,
About 105.
What? Oh wait, that's the total number.
correct. I'm asking for average there. Somewhere between above 13, below 30. Which one do you think it's closer to, Bailey?
20.
20. Let's see how close we are here. So I go 13 plus 17 plus 19 plus 21 plus 30. We'll look at how they nicely work out. 30 plus 40 is 70 plus 30 is 100. Divide them by how many numbers? 5. I do actually get 20 for my average. Wasn't that nice how that worked out? By the way, let's talk about this. What if they gave you 4 numbers told you the average and asked you what the fifth number would be. For example, what if I said to you, you have 5 numbers. The 5 numbers average 20, sorry. 5 numbers average 20. 4 of them are 13, 17, 19, and 21. What's the fifth number? What if they tell us the average and give me 4 of the numbers, but they don't tell me the fifth one? People seem to struggle with this, but so I thought I'd bring it up right now. What would you do? First of all, you should know because it's the same numbers I used over here, but how would you find it out if I didn't give you that number before? Ashley?
Well, first what I would do is I would add all the numbers together, and then I would take, because they would give you the average at the end, right? So they give you the average, but then they don't give you the rest of it.
I do, but how do I know what that fifth number is?
Oh, I just,
Let me try.
you could take 5 times 20 to figure out the total.
Okay. The first thing you have to know is, just like I did over here, I know that if I have 5 numbers who average 20, my total has to be 100. Because that's the only way to average 5 numbers into 20. So you really need to find your total first, which was my 5 times 20. I have to get 100 from these 5 numbers. That's the only way to average that. And in order to figure out what that last number is, you'd combine all these numbers, which would actually give you, what, 70. And then you'd say, okay, 70 plus what number that I'm missing here gives me that total of 100, so that I can figure that out, which I know it's going to be hard to figure out, but it is this 30 over here. Josh? So let me throw another one at you. Let's do the 5 number thing again, I'll let you figure it out. Your 5 numbers average 18. 5 numbers average 18. 4 of the numbers are 9, 20, 17, and 12. What does that fifth number have to be? What does that fifth number have to be? You with me, Zach? Well, you probably have to do some calculating here. I'm not sure this is one you can do in your head, but maybe you could. What does that fifth number have to be? Mackenzie says
32.
32. Now let's see if that's true. And here's what you need to figure out. If, in order for 5 numbers to average 18, you have to have a total of 5 times 18. That's the only way to get an average of 18 is to have 90. 90, when divided by 5, gives you 18. So you have to get a total of 90 from these numbers, because that's the only way to get that average. So I have what? 29 and 17 is what? 46, 46, and 12. When I add all those together, I get what? 58?
Yep.
When you add these 4 numbers, you get 58. So what number added to 58 gives you 90? You have to take 90, subtract 58, you get 32. Okay. How is this practical to you? Well, let's say you do your grades and you wanted to know what it took, what grade you had to get on your final quiz to get an A. Let's do one more, just because it sounds fun to me. Let's say you've taken 4 quizzes. Okay, you want your 5 quizzes to get to average to be an A. Okay, so your 5 quizzes, you want to average to be an A. And what is an A?
91.
95. So you need 5 quizzes to average 95. Well, on these quizzes, unfortunately, you got a C, you got an A, you got a B, and you got another. Well, no, let's say you got another 100, just for fun. What would this 5th grade have to be to still keep you in that A range? Unfortunately, you got 2 grades less than 95. There's a huge question on the table there. You got an answer yet? Samuel Poppins says 105. Is that true?
Yeah.
You have to get some extra credit. I don't know if it's true. I'm going to check here. In order to have 5 that average 95, you have to get a grand total of 475 total points or percentages or whatever. So you need to know what number added to those 4 will give you that. Well, 100 plus 100 is 200, 290, 370. So if you do the subtracting there, you do definitely need a 105 on that last quiz, which maybe means you might have to be happy with the B.
Or you could do that, John. Extra credit.
You could do extra.
Where's just one?